In a peaceful village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young man named Ibrahim. From a young age, Ibrahim was ambitious. He wanted to achieve great things in life: wealth, recognition, and success. However, despite his best efforts, everything seemed to go wrong. Ibrahim opened a small shop, but a storm destroyed it. He tried farming, but the crops failed. Frustrated and disheartened, he often prayed, "God, why do you let me fail? Why is my life so difficult?" One day, while walking through the forest, Ibrahim met an old man named Zahir, known in the village for his wisdom. Seeing Ibrahim's troubled face, Zahir asked, "Why do you look so burdened, my son?" Ibrahim sighed, "I've worked hard, but nothing I do seems to succeed. I feel like God has forgotten me." Zahir smiled gently. "Let me tell you a story," he said. "There was once a farmer who had a faithful dog. One day, the farmer's ox fell into a deep pit. The farmer tried to pull the ox out, but failed. He prayed for hours, but the ox remained trapped. Frustrated, he said, "Why, God? Why do you let this happen?" Then, the dog began barking. Annoyed, the farmer ignored it, but the dog wouldn't stop. Finally, the farmer followed the dog and discovered that the barking was to alert him to another path around the pit. The farmer led the ox along this path, and they both reached safety. Zahir looked at Ibrahim and said, "The farmer learned that God wasn't ignoring him. God had already provided a solution. It just wasn't the one the farmer expected." Sometimes, failure is God's way of guiding you toward a better path. Ibrahim pondered this story on his way home. He began to look at his failures differently. Instead of asking why things went wrong, he started praying for understanding and strength. Months passed, and one day, a traveling merchant visited Ibrahim's village. The merchant mentioned a growing demand for honey in nearby towns. Ibrahim, inspired by the idea, decided to start beekeeping. It wasn't easy at first. Beekeeping required patience and care, but Ibrahim persisted, and soon he had a thriving business. His honey became famous for its quality, and merchants from distant towns came to buy it. Ibrahim's success grew beyond anything he had imagined. One day, as he stood among his beehives, watching the bees work tirelessly, Ibrahim realized something profound. If his shop hadn't been destroyed and his crops hadn't failed, he would never have started beekeeping. Those setbacks were not obstacles. They were part of God's plan to lead him to something greater. Ibrahim knelt on the ground, tears in his eyes, and prayed, "Thank you, God, for not giving me what I thought I wanted, but for giving me what I truly needed." Moral of the story: God's plan for you may not align with your expectations, but it is always perfect. When life feels uncertain or full of setbacks, trust that every challenge is shaping you for something greater. What may seem like failure today could be the foundation of a brighter tomorrow. Thank you for listening to this heartfelt story about trust and faith in God's plan. Remember, life's challenges are not the end, but stepping stones to something greater. When things don't go as planned, trust that there's a reason, a purpose designed just for you. Stay hopeful, keep moving forward, and believe in the journey you're on. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more motivational tales. Together, let's spread positivity and inspiration to those who need it most.